Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We begin with breaking news tonight. Several area law enforcement agencies are trying to stop a vehicle heading north on I-29. The Minnesota State Patrol initiated the chase after a report of a stolen vehicle. The Cass County Sheriff's Office is now assisting as the chase moved into Fargo. At last check, the vehicle was going north out of Fargo, and officers were trying to get stop sticks laid down to get the vehicle stopped before it got to Harwood. Valley News Live does have a team following the story, and we will bring you the details as they become available.
Yeah, in my opinion, I could maybe see it being a problem, but not too bad.
College students could soon be partying with something new called powdered alcohol. Now, powdered alcohol, also known as Palcohol, is approved yesterday by the Alcohol and the Tobacco Tax and Trade Bureau for sale and consumption. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric finds out if people around the area could raise a glass to this.
With the government approving alcohol, could this soon be a thing of the past?
Alcohol is simply a powdered form of alcohol, and according to the inventor, 1 pouch equals 1 shot. Add water and enjoy.
People need to control their behaviors.
West Fargo Police Chief Mike Wrighton isn't peachy with alcohol.
1464 in the North Dakota House would have made powdered alcohol illegal. I would have favored that.
He studied the new substance pretty extensively and knows what the creator of it wants to do.
He wants to be able to take alcohol wherever he goes.
A couple beers versus a couple pouches. Weight-wise, it's a great idea.
So it definitely appeals to people that are outdoor enthusiasts because, like you mentioned, the lightweight nature of it. It can really take up almost no space.
That's perfect for backpackers or bicyclists looking to relax after a long day on the trail. With Palcohol approved, you can bet your six-pack college students will powder up.
Yeah, in my opinion, I could maybe see it being a problem, but not too bad.
Winnegie says college kids like to experiment and try new things, and this fits the bill. Minnesota lawmakers, on the other hand, say hold on a second.
It's one of these things, just like the synthetic drugs, where it's really ahead of legislation and kind of ahead of what we've done as far as laws.
Representative Paul Marquardt says he doesn't favor outright banning it in his state, but he thinks there are certainly issues when it comes to policing it. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
In Minnesota, one DFL lawmaker is almost through crafting a proposal to ban it. In North Dakota, a proposed did pass, and it changes the definition of what constitutes alcohol to include new powdered forms. Well, how can you complain about our weather right now? I guess really the only thing you could say about today was it was kind of cloudy, but what a beautiful evening we've had as well. Let's see how the night will turn out. Hutch?
Well, I got to tell you, we've broke another record now with our high temperature at the current temperature, 63 degrees. So very warm here. It hit 70+ degrees in the central Dakotas today. And it does look like some of that cooler air from the north, where it's 50s, is heading our way to close our work week. So after a nice stretch of mild weather, the radar shows a few sprinkles along the northern tier. Not a lot of that reaching the ground. Fargo's planner this evening shows temperatures falling back into the 50s for the majority of it. Light winds and partly cloudy skies for the most part. It does look like we closed the week on a cooler note, but that does not mean we won't see mild weather again in the extended outlook. I'll have details on some possible more record-breaking temperatures coming our way here in a few moments.
And we like the records that are on the high side.
Many of us do, and I'm one of them, yes.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Well, Bemidji police have added a twist to a prostitution sting that targeted the darkest side of sex trafficking, child prostitution. 2 Bemidji men, Joseph Cook and Jerry Hempstead, each face a felony charge of having sexual communication with a child. The men were arrested at a Bemidji motel after texting and planning to have sex with undercover officers who were posing as 15 and 18-year-old females.
The participants in this type of activity, typically juveniles, are not willing participants. Most are subject to abuse, neglect, and torture, and that is not acceptable to us.
If convicted, both men face a maximum sentence of 3 years in prison. 2 others were also arrested for soliciting sex from the adult female during the same sting. A 62-year-old from Apple Valley and a 24-year-old from Alexandria face 1 count of soliciting prostitution. In a related case coming up very soon at 6:18 tonight, we're going to tell you more on a sex trafficking bill, so stay tuned for that. The Lisbon Police Department is asking for your help to keep an eye out for a missing teen. Police say Alexis Hildebrand may be a runaway and could be in the Fargo-Moorhead area or near the White Earth Indian Reservation. She is about 5'4", 120 pounds, with blue eyes and brown hair. She was wearing blue jeans and a brown coat and brown boots when she was last seen on March 6. Now, if you see Hildebrand, please call police right away. And if you ever need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, call our whistleblower hotline and we'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Call 701-237-6576. Leave your tip with us, and a member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work exposing the truth. They're a fixture in many neighborhoods. Young people knocking on your door trying to sell you pizza, wrapping paper, and cookies. They're most often raising money for school or team activities. But like so many other things these days, the fundraising landscape is changing and it's going digital. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop looks into how it works and if the digital way is kind of the easy way out.
For the NDSU Women's Hockey Club, they are enjoying the victory. The championship team just got back this week from Pennsylvania, where the national game was held. But this team of 22 almost didn't get to compete.
Before we were supposed to leave for nationals, we were crunching some numbers and we realized that we really didn't have enough money to get us there.
The women's club hockey team here at NDSU is only 85% funded by the school, leaving 15% of funds they must come up on their own.
We have to come up with through fundraising, players' fees, and donations, and we have a few sponsors.
The trip to nationals was going to cost the team about $10,000. To get the rest of the money they needed, they used a website called GoFundMe.com. Kate says it was a very effective and efficient way to raise the money. The team was able to connect with family and friends who live in other parts of the country.
A way for people to donate as little or as much as they would like, and us to get that money right away. And
we needed that extra push to be able to make the trip happen. Without that, we would have had to pay out of pocket, and we might have not been able to go have the opportunity to win a national championship.
Some people think this digital way of fundraising gives groups like this an easy way out. They think the digital way takes away learning the importance of personal contact and work ethic that most gain with traditional fundraising. But this championship hockey club disagrees.
It really just brings our community together, as well as expanding our community beyond the areas of Fargo or even Minnesota.
I honestly don't think people realize how hard we work. We're students, we're athletes, and we're doing all the stuff on top of trying to get money to go play, and we still pay in at the beginning of the year to play.
In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
And by the way, the hockey team raised more than $2,500 for their trip to nationals. You might be interested to know the GoFundMe website, though, is not necessarily free. The website does take 5% of each donation. Well, the Fargo School District hosted their first forum last night asking parents for feedback on boundary changes, but many parents' questions still are unanswered. Well, tonight at Jefferson, parents will have another chance to get some of those answers to their questions. Now, the meeting started at 6 o'clock, but there's still time to attend. It goes till 7. It's at Jefferson Elementary School. It's in the gymnasium located at 1701 South 4th Avenue in Fargo, and the school board is hoping to have the changes approved by this spring, so parents have some time to plan. The finishing touches on the 25th Street South project began today. The work zone is about 1 mile from 17th Avenue South to 23rd Avenue South and includes on and off ramps for I-94 in Fargo. 1 lane of traffic will remain open for eastbound and westbound drivers on I-94 from 25th Street South, but expect lane reductions or temporary closures until the project's completed in late spring. Speeds will be 35 miles an hour through the work zones, and drivers are advised to use some caution. Well, later at 6, lawmakers argue over sex trafficking, a bill that limits access to abortions.
A record standing since 1910 fell today as Fargo hit 63. Not quite record-breaking. Well, it was record-breaking, excuse me, in Grand Forks, 59 gorgeous degrees there. Jamestown, breaking a record as well. More heat in the extended outlook after a cool Friday. All the details are next.